Hey, what's up, guys? Happy Monday. We are back. Oop, turn that up too far. We are back with a brand new shark and a lot of cool updates, including a contest for Shark Week. So, first things first, I don't know how I did this, but I got extremely confused on when Shark Week was this year. I thought for some reason it was last week, and then, I mean, you know, I was wrong. The Jason Momoa commercial proved me wrong. That is actually going to be July 23rd, so that is when actual Shark Week starts. But anyway, we have a contest for that. As more people jump on the stream, I think, hey, what's up? What's up? Get some likes. What's up? As more people jump on the stream, we're gonna dive into that more detail so that we can kind of set up. Hey, Howard, what's up? Happy Monday. So that we can set up a fair contest. So I'm excited. We're going to wait for a couple more people to join before announcing officially the contest for Shark Week. And I'm trying to think what else. I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be actually in the Pacific Northwest next week, so we won't have a stream. But I think kind of like the idea about that is I think 2 weeks. Hey, happy Monday to you too, man. I think 2 weeks will be probably sufficient time for the kind of contest that we're going to be doing. So more on that to come. But just want to shout out Howard. Thank you. Whoop, sorry. Well, actually, while we accidentally clicked to the screen, we're listening to Abzu. I never played this game, but I hear it's similar to Endless Ocean, which was like a beautiful scuba diving game that I particularly really loved. So. Just want to shout out to that as music for tonight, which I think is very fitting. Just needed something very oceany for the stream before actual Shark Week. But anyway, this is really cool. And actually, I've had a really long weekend, Howard. I've just been running around and been so busy and so tired. And I legitimately when I saw this piece and when you sent this over, it's just it actually legitimately really made my day today. I was just so tired, and I just saw this this creative viewfinder view for the Deepwater Catshark, and it literally just lifted my spirits. I was like, thank you. That's so cool. So, and it's awesome for this kind of species because this is one of those rarely talked about sharks. This is a group of sharks known. I think they're collectively known as ghost cat sharks or demon cat sharks, which I think is pretty rad. But I thought it'd be a good fit for today, where it's kind of unconventional. It's something that's not well known, and something that we kind of want more from Shark Week in general is just more shark biodiversity. But this is a really cool piece, and I love the viewfinder framework. Which is very appropriate for where you can find the species in the deepwater habitat. So this is probably it is literally the only way you could probably interact with this species is through the viewfinder. But I love all the details. I love the kind of the spawning, with just kind of that smooth form, this is, again, it's not really a well-known species, but I think he captured the head as far as that ridgeline over the eyes, the positioning of the gills with the small pectoral fins. It just looks really cool, and I think this is actually a really cool representation of it in life, because there's not really, I don't think there's any really footage of it on YouTube. There's footage of other cat sharks, which we'll go into in a little bit, of the similar group, but I thought this was extremely cool. So thank you so much for sending this over. Whoop, sorry. Hey, Roy's here. What's up? What's up? So I think this is really cool. So thank you so much for sending this over. But what's up, Roy? I'm glad you could join us. So we're gonna have a contest announcement. I think let's give it a couple more minutes. I think there might be some more people joining for Shark Week. We're gonna do a huge Shark Week art contest with prizes. So I'm really excited about that. So while we're waiting, giving people a couple minutes, let's take a look at deepwater cat sharks in general. So this is really the only video I can find on YouTube. It doesn't have Apristurus profundorum, our main species, but it does have a shark in the same genus, Apristurus, so I thought it's fair to kind of compare. And this is from Monterey Bay Aquarium, or Research Institute, so let's like and subscribe that. But, oh, here we go. Sorry. So this is a really not well-known group, but it's like it is part of Carcharodontiformes. It is I think they're their own family actually. Let me make sure. I'm checking Sharks of the World. I'm actually kind of moving some prizes as I look up Sharks of the World. Let's see. Make sure I got that right as far as Apristurus goes. Pentanchidae, so that is actually its own family. So this is not the same as the classic cat shark, Scalyrhinidae. Pentanchidae is its own family of deep-sea cat sharks. So there's actually a lot of genera in this. There's Apristurus. I think this video covers more genera. Cephalurus, yep, that is one of them in the deep. Oh, look at that is a huge head on that. So, Parmaturus, is that one? Yes, Parmaturus is a deepwater cat shark. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 genera here. So that's actually really, really cool that this group is so biodiverse. So, oh, lollipop cat shark. Is that what that is? The Cephalurus? 371. Let me check that out. But what's fun is, like, you know, just when you think you've seen it all with sharks, it's like there's always this. I mean, there's like 500. I mean, there's almost 600 species now. No, 514. Last time I checked, there's 514 species, but I think we've added quite a few. So I had a point with that. Oh, just I forgot my point with that. Sorry, I'm getting really caught up in trying to find lollipop cat. Yep, lollipop cat shark. It is Cephalurus. That's a very appropriate name for that. So, but it is a huge group, and even though it's not very popular, like, you know, just in nature, and mostly because of the deep water habitat, just like in nature documentaries, or you know, like specials, there's quite a lot of species in this group. So I thought this would be a fun one to do for to kick off Shark Week 2023. So speaking of that, we had a really awesome stream with Jess last week. So that was really awesome that she can join us, and I think we all had a really good time with that. With a very classic Shark Week species, with the tiger shark, and I think that was just like an awesome experience. So I love these guest streams, and I definitely want to set up some more in the future. So that there will be more coming in that. But that was super cool to have her on, and I think we're gonna have Jessa back on in the near future. So, but man, this is such a cool group. So, all in the same family, but you can definitely tell the differences. Like, I mean, the lollipop cat shark, for example, just has that huge head. But I want to zoom back to, I think that first one was an Apristurus. That's actually a really cool graph. There we go. Okay. So I want to slow this down so we can take a closer look at this and kind of make this bigger and see what we can see. So this is a cousin of Apristurus profundorum. I chose Apristurus profundorum because that's like kind of the big one on our coast as far as I think Apristurus profundorum is one of the first species in this genus. So I thought it'd be appropriate, but this is Apristurus bruneus, the brown cat shark. And it's actually really cool to see, like, the lower caudal fin is just this one, like, there's almost no upper caudal fin, but the lower caudal fin is this one big, this one big fin. And that the anal fin is enormous. It's actually twice the size of the dorsal fins, so, which is kind of an interesting feature to see. But very slender, very smooth. Uniform color, just that, you know, kind of like I don't know what it is I'm looking at in terms of like that deep sea vibe, but you can tell it's a deep sea shark in terms of like the way it's like kind of that grimy brown. It's kind of hard to describe, but there's something about deep sea sharks that like there's something about their texture that you can definitely kind of tell what habitat it's from. So this lollipop catshark is pretty wild. See, like it's kind of like this weird grainy. And I promise I'll talk about the contest in a little bit, but but I don't know what it is about deep sea sharks where there's something about their skin where you can kind of just tell like just based just there's something about it. It just sticks out to me. So 30 meters. That's actually, yeah, that's not that deep. To 220 meters. So midnight zone. I think the eggs are really interesting because that's very similar to chain cat sharks. Those actually look pretty close to the classic. Like the chain cat shark is probably the most famous, or most popular, at least in aquariums. Example of shark eggs. Let's say horn shark. That's the United States horn sharks and chain cat sharks. Those are common species. But these look extremely similar to chain cat sharks. Just maybe like a color. And I didn't realize that the eggs were laid in these groups. So that's actually pretty wild to see that. I also think it's fascinating that this is the same order as requiem sharks and hammerhead sharks, but it's such a different biology where this is an egg-laying group of carcharodontiforms, and then hammerheads and requiem sharks they give live birth, and it's kind of amazing seeing that diversity in the same order of animals. So. Interesting. I also think it's fascinating seeing them swimming through the water column. Some of them are hugging the bottom, but to see some of these deep sea cat sharks in the open water, it's pretty cool to see that. So, so audio better? Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. So let me actually turn down the music because I think that might be a little loud. And let's dive in to the contest. So here we go. Okay, so Shark Week 2023 contest, and I'm pulling the channel up for a reason. And I think we're gonna get some more people later tonight, so I'll probably repeat all this. So forgive me, but I don't want to really leave this hanging. So because it's our first art contest in a while, and it's the biggest art contest in a while. Actually, yeah. Okay, sorry. So here we go. So the contest for Shark Week is it is going to be an art contest, and it's specifically kind of a challenge contest. So looking at the Dr. Jaws channel, celebrating 2023, we have currently 173 subscribers. It is a microscopic but proud channel, and this is the last time that we're going to see this banner. So this banner is, it was just my classic Bull Shark Compendium book banner, which I've had on the YouTube channel for a while, but I think since we're starting to build a community and we've been having a lot of fun together, I think it's time that the banner is replaced. And that is the contest, is can we make a brand new banner for the channel, a banner that the theme is showcasing shark biodiversity. I think that would be a really good theme for the banner overall. And there's, so basically my challenge is, can someone design a new banner showcasing kind of what our community is like, kind of with that theme of shark biodiversity. And there's some bonus rules, but if they can, and if a new banner is created, that is going to be the official banner for the year until next year's Shark Week. So it's going to be permanently on the channel. It's going to be on there. Just that original piece of art is going to be there, and there's going to be a grand prize for the winner. So, and let me pull these up. So. Grand prize for the winner of the official new Dr. Jaws channel banner, channel banner, I can't speak right now, is a full preserved specimen of Carcocles anguistidens, a signed copy of the Bull Shark Compendium. So this is honestly the best book I've probably written thus far. I'm trying to write a better one right now, but a signed copy of this. And then this is the biggest partial I have right now, but a Megalodon. So it is a partial meg, but it's actually in pretty good condition, and you can tell it's a Megalodon with the burlette. So Megalodon tooth, Angustiden's tooth, a signed copy of the Bull Shark Compendium, and a permanent spot on the Dr. Jaws channel as the official banner, kind of celebrating our community. So there's some bonus rules to that. Runners up will get a Carcocles Angustiden's tooth, and a signed copy of, this is one of my middle grade books, so these are a little bit smaller, but they're becoming a little bit more collectible. So I think these are kind of fun, you know, just as far as like, I mean, they're earlier writing, but I think it is kind of fun to like, you know, see it. So, and these are on local species, kind of in my backyard. So this one's on the dusky shark. I have got ones on like sand tiger sharks, bull sharks, pike dogfish, dusky smoothhounds. So, but yeah, so those are the prizes for Shark Week 2023, and the theme is shark biodiversity, but the bonus rule, and this is not a requirement at all, but the only requirement is whoever's submitting needs to be a subscriber to the channel, which we all are. But like the bonus rule, go for it. I mean, like, you never know, Roy, because like the timeline is 2 weeks. So the winner announcement date will be July 24th. So which will be actually in literal Shark Week. So, and the bonus rule for bonus points in terms of the banner is somehow incorporating, in a tasteful way, I'd like to say like the 4 founders. So like the 4 people who were here since the beginning. So that's Howard, Roy, Anya, and Beth. Or the acronym HARB. So like I thought about like in HARB we trust as kind of like a fun thing, but I don't know, something like that, like a little nod or a wink to just kind of like the 4 people who were really here since the beginning and really supported the channel in the beginning. So I think that'd be really cool. If you want to take it a step further, you can go HARBs, you know, with a Z to include me, but it really doesn't matter. All of that is a bonus. None of that really is instrumental. The only biggest thing is be a subscriber to the channel, a banner showcasing shark biodiversity. For specific dimensions, the banner is in the 16:9 ratio, and I think the pixel dimensions, I wrote it down here, is it's like 2500 by 1100. So specifically 2560 pixels by 1140 pixels. That doesn't really matter as much to me, just because it's like there's ways to make things more high res or low res. So really it's just the 16:9 aspect ratio. So it's like wide, super wide screen. I forget exactly how aspect ratios work, but yeah. So that's the challenge. That's the contest, is to design a banner for the Dr. Jaws channel. And again, this banner will be here for the entire year until the next Shark Week. So, which I think will be really cool as kind of a sign of our community. I think that'll be a lot of fun to do. So, once the banner is, and again, there's 2 weeks. The deadline is July 24th. Once the banner is complete, please go ahead. You can send it either to the Dr. Jaws website, www.drjaws.net, in the contact section, or probably the best way to do it is through the Facebook page, the Dr. Jaws Facebook page, and just send a direct message with the banner included, and then that way we'll be able to collect them, and we'll announce the winner on July 24th. But any questions on that, or like comments or questions, just feel free to leave them. I think I covered everything as far as how the contest will work, but I think I got everything, so. But yeah, feel free to leave a question or a comment on the Shark Week contest. And I think you might have missed this, Roy, but I'm actually going to be in the Pacific Northwest next week, so we won't be doing a stream next week, but the week after Shark Week will be the Shark Week stream, the winter stream, and just the the announcement of like the banner and the contest winner and the finalist. So, and I'll probably repeat all this again if we get more people later tonight. So I apologize, but like. But yeah, so feel free leave any questions or comments. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see kind of how this will turn out, and to see what we'll get. Because especially since we've been focusing on single species for the contest, and I think a plurality of species would be really cool to kind of do with that. So, but anyway, I'll dive in more to our Deepwater Catshark, and I'll keep an eye on the chat as well. Okay, awesome. Yes, awesome. Howard, I'm in. Never designed a banner before, so I have to figure that out. I completely trust you. Like, I think it's going to be... I'm really excited. Let me star that, actually. I'm really excited. Let me star Roy, too, because it's just like... the more art, the better. Like, honestly, just like because I'm collecting these pieces for the end of the year, because we're going to do a holiday special with all the art. So just give it a shot, and whoever is interested, any future viewers who are interested, please just go ahead and give it a shot. And I think this will be like a fun thing to do for this year. So awesome. Let's see. So Deepwater Catshark. This is kind of what I was talking about in terms of like. There's so many Apristurus, but the reason profundorum came to mind is it has a pretty extensive range on the Atlantic coast, starting from, I mean, literally my home ecoregion, like the Virginia Marine ecoregion, off Cape Hatteras, and it literally lives in Norfolk Canyon, which is a really awesome place. I've been to a couple times, all the way up to is this Nunavut? Would this be considered Nunavut, or is this Labrador? Let me make sure. This kind of area right here. Canadian question. Kind of near Greenland, so. But definitely Arctic, which is kind of cool. And it's actually really cool to see that this range map for this species is explicitly on the slope. This is the continental slope area, so around Grand Banks, and it's like right off the drop-off. So it's actually really interesting to see that. It's interesting to see the range also here, and this is like the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. So, and these are, I'm assuming these are Mid-Atlantic seamounts right here. By the way, have you guys heard about Iceland this week? This has been something I've been really close to Nunavut. Awesome, thank you. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm slowly but surely, I feel like I'm getting the eastern Canadian provinces pretty well. I'm still learning the central. I think I got the central, like Saskatchewan and Alberta, and I'm getting there. So, but thank you. Yeah, awesome. What was I saying? Oh, Iceland. Have you guys heard about the volcanic activity in Iceland lately, and how crazy that's been? Like. I actually shouldn't be laughing, because it's like, that's actually really serious, because Iceland is right on a, the reason Iceland exists to begin with is that it's at the convergence of two continental plates. It's the North American plate and the European, or I guess the Eurasian plate, collide to make Iceland. But there's been a lot of earthquakes lately in Iceland, and they expect a volcano to be erupting in Iceland. Which is wild. I've never really heard of that in my lifetime. So that's going to be that's kind of wild that that's happening. So I just thought about that with you can see like Iceland right here on this map. I mean, this is the island that is like the continuation of the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. This is it literally is where the plates are colliding together. I wish there was a better way to see that, but like it literally is like. This line right here is where North America and Eurasia are smushing into each other. So, which is pretty cool. Björk, a famous Icelandic singer, has a really awesome music video about like relationships, and she uses the continental plates as like an analogy, or as like a metaphor, I guess. Like it's, I forget the song, but it's actually like it's pretty top-notch special effects. Like there's like continent people just merging and fighting, and like volcanic erupting and like exploding into each other. It's like it's an awesome video. So I definitely recommend that, but this kind of makes me think about that. But anyway, so this cat shark lives in this area. I went on an Iceland tangent. I hope we get Icelandic viewers at some point too, because I know Vims actually has some conferences in Iceland, or has done a couple of things in Iceland. I think actually there's quite a few marine conventions or conferences happening in Iceland, which is interesting. So, but let's see. So this species is least concerned, which is good and makes sense. Probably, I'm assuming, due to its habitat and how removed it is. So, let's see. Deepwater Catshark is a small shark that occurs in the Northwest Atlantic from Delaware Bay, it's very specific, to Labrador, Canada, from the continental shelf east of Mid-Atlantic Ridge. It occurs on shelves and slopes at depths of 132 to 1,800 meters, mainly greater than 1,000 meters, so midnight zone. Little information is available on interactions with fisheries. While it is a common bycatch of deepwater demersal trawl fisheries on the outer continental shelf, its wide depth range provides it with an extensive depth refuge. The recent population trend is increasing on the Labrador and Newfoundland shelf. Oh, that's cool. Wow, that's actually really cool. That's not often you see that. Population increasing, so. Canada. And the overall population is suspected to be stable based on levels of fishing effort within its range. Therefore, the Deepwater Catshark is assessed as least concern. Very nice. So this one, it's one of those sharks that is doing actually pretty okay. Let's see. Habitat and ecology in detail. Deepwater Catshark is demersal continental shelves. Generation length is suspected to be about 20 years, based on data available for the smaller black-tipped sawtail catshark. It's a totally different genus. I don't know about that. But yeah, not a lot of info on IUCN Red List. Let's check out FishBase and check out our first images of this actual species, since the video was showing a cousin, but not the same one. So. Immediately, and it could be damaged, but it immediately looks like the snout is actually a bit longer than the brown cat shark, or Apristurus brideus. So this cat shark, it looks like it has a bit of a longer snout, and I feel like its caudal fin is actually not as large, but that also could be the angle of the shot. So let's see if we can get more photos. The fins are very small. The pectoral fins are very, very small on this kind of shark. Actually, all the fins are pretty. The pectoral fins and the dorsal fins are actually rather small compared to the body size. So, the spiracle is right behind the eye. Yet the gill, are these the gills right here? The gills are really, really far back on the head, which is kind of interesting. So, interesting. This is that's a really, really preserved specimen, so that's not really helpful. But it does look like the caudal fin is a bit smaller. It still has a huge anal fin. Interesting. So, yeah, it's kind of fascinating. The gills are really far back from the head. I'm a bit curious about other cat sharks. Other cat sharks, like the shallow water cat sharks. If it's the same way, it probably isn't. But do you guys have a good weekend, by the way? Any fun plans for the weekend? I'm going to pull up some more info on this species. Also, that was really fun last week. This is taking me back to school, but I appreciated Jess clarifying elazobranchs versus chondrichthyans. So elazobranchs are sharks and rays, chondrichthyans are sharks, rays, and chimeras. So it's such a basic thing, and it totally slipped my mind. I'm not really sure why, but like But that was fun to kind of remember that. And speaking of elasmobranchs, I did see one over this weekend. Oh, Howard, quiet weekend at home. Nice. Like I had a quiet Sunday myself. Saturday I went out to this place called Kipta Peak. I probably mentioned it before, but tried to do some snorkeling there. Visibility was okay in the beginning, but as the day went on, it got really, really, really worse. But I did see some kind of elasmobranch. At first, I actually thought it was a shark because it was the two fins. Really, I thought it was the first dorsal and then the second dorsal, kind of in a straight line. So I thought, that actually might be a shark. But then I saw the two fins next to each other lifting up, and that's usually a classic cow-nose ray. They like to throw both of their fins up above the surface of the water, parallel lines. So I think it was a ray, but it was moving and I've seen those rays before so many times, and this one was moving so strangely that it's I don't know. I couldn't get a positive ID on it, but it was pretty interesting to see. So some kind of elasmobranch of some sort, but. Usually I'm pretty quick to identify cow-nose rays, but that one kind of threw me for a loop. So that's probably my highlight for the weekend. So. Ooh, I like this. So the name profundorum, is Latin for out of the depths. So that's actually really cool. That's a pretty epic scientific name. Not a lot. So this could be more of a research night. Because as far as basic overview of this species biology, we're not really getting a lot of information. Except this is interesting. I wonder where this is coming from. An important key factor to understanding these creatures is aging. Many deepwater Apristurus profundorum have poorly calcified vertebrae that lack visible growth bands, and most do not have dorsal fin spines that could be used for aging. Interesting. Other methods, such as captive growth and tag recapture, are also limited in their suitability for deepwater chondrichthyans due to difficulties in the deep sea, which makes sense. That's pretty fascinating. So, I don't know. Let's check out some photos. Okay. That's a better photo than the fish-based photo. So, and that's actually, that's a really, that's like, I was about to say it's a handsome shark. Can I zoom in on this? I can. Okay, here we go. And I know that sounds strange, but this is actually a really good specimen. So. And I love the reflective eyes. A lot of deep water sharks have those reflections in their eyes, so it adds kind of this air of mystery to them. And I also kind of really do want to hone in on why does it look like this? I could be wrong, but I thought there was something about dermal denticles on deep water sharks where they're either I think they're very small. I don't know if I have that right, but it's something about the arrangement of the denticles that is not the same as shallow water sharks, and that is part of why it's contributing to this strange. There's something that just looks strange to me, just with this coloration and the texture, but I'm not exactly sure what it is. So, and it's also fascinating to see the gill slits so compact together and right next to the pectoral fin. And very, very small dorsal fins. This almost reminds me of an adipose fin in salmon or a catfish. That's a pretty unique fin shape. So, but it's a good photograph of that specimen. So, looks like a cat shark with a hound shark face. Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? And the snout is really long. Compared to, or maybe not really long, but definitely a bit longer than the other sharks that we're seeing in life on the footage. And yeah, very scant info on the shark. Yes, so it is not a lot to go off of, which is why once we get to shark references, it'll be kind of cool to see what studies this has been involved with and what what areas those studies will take us. So. This is an interesting top-down view. I am appreciating, and I could be looking too into this, but I am appreciating that this almost reminds me of like a possum, where you know how an opossum can like look above, or like the eyes are arranged in such a way where it's like it there's space to look above, and I don't know how much of that is like. Am I reading into that too much, or is this an evolutionary adaptation that maybe, or this could be a damaged specimen? But we'll have to see some more photos. But you know, are we seeing this correctly? Where this is actually a kind of species of shark that has kind of bulging eyes that might allow it to look above as part of a way to detect prey? Maybe, maybe not, but it could be a thing. So. It's kind of funny with the small fins. It's very cute. I know it's a creepy deep water critter, but it's actually kind of cute with its proportions. So, yeah, deep water sharks are so strange. I mentioned gulper sharks last week, and this is reminding me of. And gulper shark is a completely different group, but when I used to work at a fish lab, you know, this definitely reminds me of like kind of what it was like to see gulper shark specimens, where it's like it's so strange and alien, and really cool. Like, you know, true deep sea sharks. Oh, I think we missed a photo. I don't really like seeing that actually too much. Although I think there is one individual in here where you can kind of see the. Oh, shoot. I don't know if I can get a higher resolution because I wanted to see kind of the bottom of the head so I could see the jaw, but... Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, it's not really high resolution, so... Yeah, it's kind of a... yeah, it's not my favorite photo, so... Okay, let's go check out sharkreferences.com and see if we can learn anything else about the species, and then also studies it's been a part of, because... Oh my god. Wait, I just saw some comments. Hold on. They have large protruding denticles that almost resembles warts. Interesting. So that might be kind of what I'm seeing as far as like just the texture looking a little wonky, or not wonky, but like it's standing out to me. So bottom dweller, so it makes sense. Kind of looks like a sock puppet. They look, yeah, it's yeah. The Muppet Catshark. If we discover a new Apristurus, we could name it the Muppet Catshark, which is a really insensitive name for it, but it is a possibility. So, not recommending that for any scientist who might discover a new Apristurus, but it's a possibility. I mean, like it's the demon catshark genus, so the Muppet Catshark thing would probably take away from that. So. Although I will say, even as badass as demon catshark sounds, so far there's not really anything that's suggesting it's a rad demonic animal. I guess it's like the deep water habitat, and like, you know, the glowing, like the reflective eyes, but I'm not really sure where the term demon catshark comes from. But this species was discovered 1896. This is the original description. The first pectoral fins look a little bit bigger than the specimens we've been seeing. However, the snout actually looks kind of proportionally correct, as far as like, I think this is kind of indicative of like, yeah, it has a longer snout. Let's see what else. This is a very damaged specimen right here. Wow, yeah, not a lot of info. Paired eggs are laid. Not a lot of info. So yeah, let's jump into some studies, because like, yeah, I'm like, this is a really poorly known shark. There's not a lot that we have on this. So let's check out some shark science. Whoop, sorry. Oh shoot, I almost opened Fonka Pro. No. Okay, there we go. Sorry, that would have crashed everything. Let's see. I think we... Did we look at this? The Carcharodontiform sharks dispersal? I feel like this is something we've seen. Oh, I don't know. Did we see this? Oh, I don't know. Is this a thing that we saw? I don't think so. This sounds really cool. Are we? Oh, shoot. I don't know. No? Let's check it out. I don't think we've seen this one. I think this one is actually kind of cool and kind of new. So here we go. Combining paleontological and neontological data shows a delayed diversification burst of Carcharodontiform sharks, likely mediated by environmental change. So this is by Baptiste Brie, Fabien L. Condamine, and Guillaume Guinard. I'm sorry, I don't speak French. I apologize. I don't know if that's French. Okay, but I this is new. Now I know this is new. Estimating deep time, and this is going to be awesome because this actually might be, yeah, I think this might be sharks of the past. So, estimating deep time species level diversification process remains challenging. Both the fossil record and molecular phylogenies allow the estimation of speciation and extinction rates, but each type of data may still provide an incomplete picture of diversification dynamics. Here we combine species-level paleontological fossil occurrences and neontological molecular phylogenies, data to estimate deep time diversity dynamics through process-based birth-death models for Carcharodontiforms, the most speciose shark order today. Okay, now I'm getting excited, because I think I mentioned it last week too, that like the lambdaforms used to dominate the ocean, and then they yielded to the Carcharodontiforms as like the dominant group. So this is really cool, actually, just because of evolution and environmental change and stuff. So. Despite their abundant fossil record dating back to the Middle Jurassic, only a small fraction of extant Carcharodontiform species is recorded as fossils, which impede to relying only on the fossil record to study their recent diversification. Combining fossil and phylogenetic data, we recover a complex evolutionary history for Carcharodontiforms, exemplified by several variations in diversification rates with an early low diversity period followed by a Cenozoic radiation. Okay, that's really cool. So, there weren't that many Carcharodontiforms in the Jurassic, Cretaceous, Mesozoic era, and then after that, in the Cenozoic era, we'll find out if it's had anything to do with the meteor. Probably doesn't, but the group exploded, like the biodiversity exploded. So that's really cool. We further reveal a burst of diversification lasts 30 million years. Okay, so that's not the meteor. That's actually, much later, which is partially recorded with fossil data only. We also find that reef expansion and temperature change can explain variations in speciation and extinction through time. These results pinpoint the primordial importance of these environmental variables to the evolution of marine clads. Our study also highlights the benefit of combining the fossil record with phylogenetic data to address macroevolutionary questions. This is awesome. So let's take a look at this. That is extremely cool. So, let's see. So species richness, this is cool. Species richness per shark order. So you've got Carcharodontiforms at the top. Squaliforms, yep, very speciose. Erectolobiforms, the carpet sharks. So this is, Carcharodontiforms, Squaliforms, the dogfish. Erectolobiforms, the carpet sharks. And then Squatiniforms, the angel sharks. Lambdaforms only has 15 species. That's actually really surprising. It's such a charismatic group, and it's only 15 species. That's pretty wild when you think about it. Heterodontiforms, the bullhead sharks. Hexanchiforms, the frilled shark and cow sharks. Apristurus, the saw sharks. So yeah, that's actually really, really wild that Carcharodontiforms and Squaliforms are super biodiverse, and then the others, small shout out to Erectolobiforms, but the others are really not that speciose, so that's pretty wild. And then when you look at this, oh, this is cool. This is where our, sorry, went in a little too far. This is where our shark comes into play, and this is a brand new paper because I know it said 2022, but check out Galeocerdidae. So when Jess and I were talking last week about tiger sharks, it did not fully click with me that tiger sharks were recently assigned or reassigned to their own family. Like, that took me a minute because I grew up with tiger sharks being part of Carcharodontidae, and being, in the same family as bull sharks. And that blows my mind that this has been reassigned to its own group because it's mostly because its reproduction strategy is extremely different from Carcharodontidae. So they're very, very different. But that still blows my mind that the tiger shark is its own thing. It's basically its own family. It is that unique of a species. So, Patancidae, the Deepwater Catsharks, I didn't realize that it was as specious as it is. That's 106 species. That's pretty amazing because like Scilurinidae, which is the shallow water cat sharks, that's only 36 species. I did not realize that. Deepwater cat sharks really, really outnumbered the shallow water cat sharks so drastically. So this is extremely cool. Atelomictoridae. I actually don't know what Atelomictoridae is. Let me take a look. Please leave a comment in the chat if you know what that family is, because I have no idea what that family is actually. That actually might be a new family. I don't even see it in Sharks of the World. I don't see this family. Wow, I don't see this family. Okay. So that actually might be brand new. Carcharodontidae, the classic, Galeocerdidae, Hemigilidae, the weasel sharks, Leptocaridae, Pacanthidae, Proscilidae, Pseudotriachidae, the false cat sharks. I think those are also known as finback cat sharks. Sphaeridae, hammerhead sharks, and Triachidae are hound sharks. So, looks like a coral cat shark. Interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, like that is really wild. I know Atelomictoridae is a genus. Always learning something new. Hold on, moving some fossils. Like I should actually post a picture of my desk on the Dr. House Facebook because it's kind of wild looking. It's just it's like covered in fossils and books and there's a lot going on here. So I'll do that tonight actually. That'll be pretty fun. So yeah, I think you might be right, Roy. This is really... I had no idea there's this many cat sharks in the world. It's pretty wild. Species... 410. Sorry. I'll get back in a second. I'm just kind of stuck on this. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Roy, you got it absolutely right. So this is coral cat shark, sand cat sharks, Bali cat shark. That's what Atelomictoridae is. So that's brand new. That reassignment is brand new. I've never heard of that before, actually. So that's pretty phenomenal, actually. It's really cool. Good on you, man. So here we go. It's unbelievable how volatile shark classification is, because it's like this is a brand new family. Like Sharks of the World, my edition of that came out in 2021. This paper is 2022. Brand new family. That's unbelievable. So let's see. Species richness per size class. So most of the Carcharodontiforms are small, few are medium, and a couple are large species. So see. So I think this is just... Oh, this is kind of cool. Schematic representation of the workflow of the study. So this is actually really cool. We won't spend too much time on this, but it is actually cool that they're using molecular DNA and then also the fossil record, and then they're combining the data sets to come up with this value. But I like to see the results in terms of, oh, look at this. In terms of like inferring relationships and... Let's see. What is this? Extraction and combination inferred times of speciation. Plot showing example of sample fossil occurrences. So these are more... I think this is more methods, so we can keep going, because this isn't really our actual species. Okay. The Carchariniform Tree of Life. Oh my gosh. This is going to be cool. I really hope they have a cool model, because it sounds like they're going to have a really cool model. The fossil record of Carchariniforms includes 1,397 occurrences assigned at the species level, which represents 324 species. Wow. Okay. Okay. So, let's see. Oh, no way. Okay, hold on. Hold on. So, Bayesian... Okay. No way. No way. Okay, here we go. So Bayesian time calibrated phylogeny of Carchariniforms and evolution of reproductive strategies and habitats through time. The phylogeny of ground sharks is reconstructed with 13 mitochondrial protein coding genes. The divergence times have been estimated using 7 fossil calibrations with uniform priors and formulated clocks. Branches show the Carchariniform families. Okay, so this is showing how the families evolved according to the timeline. Like it's plotted against the time scale. So let's zoom in and check this out, because that is insanely cool. And you got millions of years ago as well. So, oh my gosh, I'm really excited. Here we go. So, Jurassic era, we've got the Scalaridae, so the classic cat sharks. So like Scalaridas ratifer, the chain cat shark, is the one I keep talking about. That's probably the most famous one. Cephaloscelium, I believe, is a swell shark. So this group of sharks, which are egg layers, broke off from the rest of the Carchariniforms around the Lower Jurassic or Upper Triassic is sort of what this is showing. So that's really cool. Although, no. Oh yeah, no, we're good. Yeah, sorry, that was throwing me off for a second. And then they have fossil calibration based on Ipia lisi, which is 166 million years ago. So that is Upper Jurassic. Never mind, it's Upper Jurassic. So Ipia lisi, has anybody heard of that species? I've actually never heard of Ipia as a genus before, as a fossil genus. So. So this is where Ipia is. Then you go down here to the diversification. So a telomere, which is the coral catshark, which Will pointed out. So that broke off. This is also sorry, around the Jurassic period as well. So the last common ancestor broke off from the rest of the carcharodontiforms, which is really cool. Although, take a look at, there's Halailoris maculosus, which is inferred to be something within Atelomictoridae, as opposed to something in Patancidae. So this is a group that probably needs, or may need, revising. So that's actually really interesting. So at this point, which is this still Jurassic period, Upper Jurassic period, our cat sharks. So Apristurus profundorum is somewhere here. There he is. Apristurus profundorum is right here. The cat sharks broke off from the rest of the carcharodontiforms at this time, and this is such a species-rich family. And it's kind of cool seeing, here's Apristurus, and then there's also nested within it Galeus, Parmaturus, like all these other, like a couple other genuses. So this is also a group that might need revising. But I think the biggest kind of takeaway, we'll keep looking at this because I think this is fascinating, but I think the biggest takeaway in this is that cat sharks as a whole are an ancient group that broke off from the rest of their cousins pretty far back in the time scale. So it's kind of amazing to think about cat sharks and then the rest of the carcharodontiforms splitting back in the Jurassic period. So that's actually extremely cool to think about, that these groups split and that more modern carcharodontiforms came further down the timeline. So it's pretty interesting food for thought. So moving forward, because I do want to see more of this. Oh, and I'm sorry for kind of screwing up the view. Is this Cretaceous period? We've got this split with Pseudotriachidae, the false cat sharks or finback cat sharks, and Procyllidae. So these Proscilium. So it's another kind of cat shark, but these broke off in the Cretaceous period from the rest. Leptocaridae. Leptocarius smithii. I don't actually know what that one is, so that broke off as well. Triachidae are wonderful hound sharks, like the dusky smooth hound or the leopard shark. That broke off also in the Cretaceous period, so that's a pretty speciose group. Hemipristis, shout out to Howard. Hemipristis, your favorite shark group, or one of your favorites, I believe it is your favorite. That broke off in the Upper Cretaceous. So, and we got Hemipristis curvatus as this ancestor specimen. So 41 million years ago. Although 41 million years ago, that is Paleogene or Eocene. So I don't know if this is plotted. I don't know how this is actually plotting itself. It's kind of interesting. So, but it's actually really cool to see the snaggletooth sharks, the Hemipristis, and the weasel sharks, Hemigalidae, breaking off, kind of more ancient in the time frame. So, have they actually been around longer than most carcharinids? That's a good question. So yes, they actually have been, because sorry, let me get out here. No ads. I hate ads. Okay. So yes, so they have, because with this timeline, with this chart, you can see that Carcharinidae as a family, that really evolved later in the time scale. So let's look at this number 2 node right here. And before then, these other families have been around, like they branched off and broke off earlier in the timeline. So Scilurinidae, Atelomictoridae, and Patancidae, these cat sharks have actually been doing their cat shark thing for a longer time before the carcharinids came on the horizon. So they've been back here in the Jurassic and Cretaceous period, and then the carcharinids evolved. If I'm reading this correctly, this is Upper Cretaceous period, but what's kind of throwing me off is like these numbers, like these star numbers, and they're minimum age versus the actual timeline that they're being plotted on is kind of throwing me off a little bit, but I'm gonna trust that this timeline is intentional and that especially since like these bars are shaded, like it's clearly marking where the Upper Cretaceous and the Lower Cretaceous, the Paleogene, the Eocene is, and plotting them against how these families diverge. So I'm assuming that's completely intentional and that's correct. So, but what is cool, and I think on an earlier stream we did talk about Carcharodontidae evolving, in the Cretaceous period as well. But to answer your question, Roy, yes. So this is a newer group, and it looks like it is arguably one of the newest. Sphaeronidae may also be equally as new, because they had the least common ancestor at some point in the Upper Cretaceous period. So Sphaeronidae, the hammerhead sharks, and Carcharodontidae, the ground sharks, requiem sharks, evolved in kind of a similar time frame. So it's really cool. This is a really, really cool study. So, oh. Not now, Alexis. Eocene, I have a lot of specimens of H. curvatus. The largest come from Morocco. Ooh, very cool. Very cool, Howard. It's awesome. So Eocene. Yeah, I don't know. Then, like, I don't know what this timeline is kind of doing. Because, like, maybe it's the last common ancestor before actual Hemipristus. So maybe Hemipristus itself evolved in Eocene, but the last common ancestor was somewhere before that. So whatever the proto-Hemipristus is maybe the right way to read that then. So this is super cool. It still blows my mind. Galeocerdo, the tiger shark, evolved and broke off from the hammerhead sharks and the carcharodontids much longer ago. That's amazing. It's that distant. That's so cool, actually. That hammerhead sharks are actually more closely related to carcharodontids than tiger sharks are. That is extremely cool to me. Unbelievable. And just for fun, looking at the carcharodontids, because I'm seeing two major groups. We've got the Rhizopriodon, which are the sharp-nosed sharks, and then the rest of the carcharodontids, so lemon sharks, and then bull sharks, and the blue shark, Prionis glauca, down here. So this is extremely cool. I want to see, before we move on, I do want to see what the heck is the most recently evolved genus. I'm actually kind of curious. Lamniopsis, Scoliodon. This is really, really cool study. I love that there's a shark called Gollum, so we might need to do that one soon. And I wonder how intentional that is. Paroderma. I don't know. Yeah. So this is really cool. Let's zoom out and move on. Excuse me. Sorry. But I absolutely love phylogenies because it's the truest way to see the relationship between the species in terms of like how they changed through time, who's really more closely related to who. So, and for example, seeing that carcharodontids and sphaeronids are more closely related to each other than tiger sharks is amazing to me. To see that all the cat sharks are just so ancient and so different from the rest of them, which makes sense because, again, kind of like mentioned at the top of the stream, cat sharks lay eggs, and you know these other species that are in the same order, these are live-bearing sharks. You know, some of these have a placenta, and it's just like, you know, it's a completely different reproductive strategy. So it's pretty amazing to see that kind of through time. So. Let's see, some comments. Sphaeronidae were thought to be the youngest. Yep. I love to know what they propose as ancestral to H. curvatus. We could check that out, actually. And the tiger sharks are really just doing their own thing. Yeah, for sure. Which I really love about them. I mean, it's like you could tell, I mean, just based on how they look. You know, they're completely unique. They look like nothing else, you know. And it sounds like a doy, but at the same time, it's like, yeah. I mean, phylogeny betrays... Or sorry, what am I saying? Phenotype betrays genotype. So how something physically looks often kind of reveals its genetic relationship. So, but yeah, let's check out, just for fun, Apristurus. Okay, Curvatus. Is this going to be weird and not let me find anything? Fossil. No, it's going to let me find things. Let me try this again. It doesn't have Apristurus on here, so, but let's keep looking, because it might be in the graph, and the graph is not being, like, I can't control find the graph, so, or like, words in the graph, so. Let's see. I'm just gonna kind of scan through this. Okay, that's kind of cool. The four announcements are highly similar, but only differ within species-rich, rapidly radiating groups. Cephaloscilium, Hemitriacus, and Carcharinus is a rapidly radiating group. Because results are more of... Oh, this is cool. The results are more of, like... It's not the real, like, point of the whole thing. Like, the results are more of, like... I mean, they're literally the results, but they're not as, like, the big picture. So, I'll just scan through this. But I just want to say this. The species Galaxator cuvier is consistently found out of the Carcharinidae, sister to a clade including Sphaeridae and Carcharinidae, which supports its position in its own family. That's so cool. The monophyly of Carcharinidae, excluding the tiger shark, received maximal support, and the origins of the clade are estimated in the late Cretaceous. That is so cool. That is so cool. Because, like, T-Rex, isn't T-Rex originally late Cretaceous? So, like, Carcharinids evolved at the same time as T-Rex? I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna look that up. I'm just gonna check my phone really quick. T-Rex. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Upper Cretaceous. So it is late. Yep, late Cretaceous. Literally. Okay, awesome. So that's really cool. Big takeaway. So Carcharinids evolved at the same time that T-Rex evolved. That is so cool. Bull sharks, sandbar sharks, bronze whalers evolved at the same time that T-Rex evolved. That is extremely cool to think about. So, let's see. So we gotta keep an eye out for Hemipristus curvatus, and Apristurus profundorum, and see how they evolved as I kind of scan through this. Low diversity in Mesozoic, increased diversity in Cenozoic. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. I need to take a drink of water. Combined data indicate a speciation burst from the early Miocene onward, which is in line with the high Oligocene speciation rate, while fossil data indicate decreasing speciation rates, which results in negative net diversification in the last 10 million years. Oh, here we go. The small-sized Carchariniforms have an old, late Jurassic origin, low diversity throughout the Mesozoic, are little impacted by the KPG event, and show a delayed explosive radiation since the EOT onward. The medium-sized Carchariniforms had an intermediate mid-Cretaceous origin, with a post-KPG diversification punctuated by the EOT, but followed by a post-EOT recovery. I'm not really familiar with KPG or EOT, but I want to say that's the meteor. But like, please look at my model. I'm going to keep the comments open. Let me make sure I got that right. Do you guys know if that is the meteor event? It is the meteor event. Yes, it is a meteor event. Okay, sorry, it is a meteor event. So KPG is a Cretaceous Paleogene extinction event, which is like the meteor that killed the dinosaurs, and really like everything else related to that. Okay, so I just want to make sure that that's what that was. So let me rephrase it. Let me read that again. So the smaller Carcharodontiforms were not really impacted by the meteor, and then the mid-sized Carcharodontiforms diversified after the meteor hit, which is pretty interesting. So, strong diversification Miocene and levels off to the present. The large-sized Carcharodontiforms have a younger late Cretaceous origin with a steady diversification toward the present. This is really cool. Okay, discussion. This is really where... Okay. It's really talking more about just how difficult it is to do the study, so... this is really cool. So... okay, this is awesome. So, based on paleontology, or like paleontological data, so just the fossil record, you can see that the number of species of Carcharodontiforms started to rise in the Upper Cretaceous, then the meteor event happened, and then it kind of rose again in the Eocene, then it declined in the Oligocene, and then rose again in the Miocene. And then when you combine the fossil record and DNA, you see a similar-ish pattern, except you do see a rise in the Upper Cretaceous, but then the meteor hit. But then you do see a rise in the Eocene, and then you see an explosion in the Miocene. So, this is really cool. Let's see. So... if this is showing the net diversification, the Cretaceous period was an era where the number of species really grew. Then after the meteor, there was another speciation event, and then around the Miocene is another event. This is pretty wild. Oh my goodness, what the heck is this? Oh, is this what I think it is? Oh, this is cool. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I just want to make sure I was understanding what this was. So sorry for taking a lot of time on that. But this is really cool. This is a timeline of living and fossil species. This is extremely cool. Let's check out, see if Apristurus is on here somewhere. I see a couple really cool favorites, but let's take a look at Apristurus. I want to see if he's on here. I don't see him. which I'm actually kind of surprised by because that's a very popular group. Okay, so this is really cool. So Cretaceous is the dark period, and Miocene is this other dark bar. I just want to make sure I got this right. So this is extremely cool. You can see that Gallicito cuvier, the tiger shark, was here since the Cretaceous period, and that there is a bunch of other tiger sharks. There's actually quite a few different kinds of tiger sharks, which I had no idea there were that many. Like Gallicito chaganacus, Gallicito bigelowii. These are really Gallicito ocutus. These are really cool. There's this Physogalius, which I don't know what that is, that seem to have gone extinct. We've got our hammerhead sharks, Spherinolini, Spheridomedia, Spherinomacron. Spherinomacron is extending all the way back to, is that the Eocene. So that's actually kind of like a more ancient species. That's really cool. Eusphyra blotchii being the oldest. I think, Howard, you mentioned that before. This is being the oldest hammerhead. Spherinozygyna being pretty old as well. This is extremely cool. Carcharodon africanus. Ancient Carcharodonus I didn't know existed. The Carcharodonus are looking pretty new. Carcharodonus acronotus is the black-nosed shark. That's pretty recent. This is so cool. I've never seen like a chart like this that's actually tracing how old these groups are. So, Negaprion, these are lemon sharks. Negaprion echidnans and brevirostris go back to the Oligocene. Super cool. But there's some older ones. Wow. So this is awesome. Neither Apristurus or Apristurus are on here, so let's keep going. I would love to see them. Oh, this is so cool. Wait, hold on. Let me zoom out just to get a view of this. Oh my gosh, this is a cool study. Okay. Variation in Carcharodoniform species ranges through time by size class. So yellow is a small species, so they started to kind of rise, then a meteor happened, and then they really exploded in biodiversity. So our cat shark is part of the group that exploded, which is actually really cool, seeing this high number, because that family, Pantanchidae, I can't say this right, Pantanchidae, that's 106 species, so it's cool to see that explosion. Medium-sized Carcharodonus also rose after the meteor event in the Eocene. They declined in this Eocene-Oligocene boundary, and then rose again and really exploded during the Miocene. And then the large Carcharodoniforms really didn't rise until the Miocene. So the Miocene itself is a period of flowering Carcharodoniform diversity. It's actually really cool to see like how important the Miocene is. When I kind of apply it to like my own life, I see a lot more diversity in the Miocene fossil beds, like when I go fossil hunting, than I do in the Oligocene fossil beds. Like at the Potomac River, which is Oligocene, I do see a lot of sand tiger teeth, but pretty much nothing else. Like it's mostly sand tiger teeth. I've been lucky enough to get an otodus at one point, but it's mostly sand tiger teeth. But then when you go to the Miocene, I get everything. Like I've got like bull sharks, sand tiger sharks, hammerhead sharks, prehistoric white sharks, Carcharodon hastalis, and what's the other one? Plicatellus. And it's part of, and I know the white sharks and stuff are not in this order, but it is actually really cool to see that this is the period, the Miocene is really the period where, for fossil hunting in Virginia, you see the most biodiversity. It's really cool seeing this kind of line up in terms of shark biodiversity, so it's pretty wild. Oh, hey, Howard, a recent publication I sent shows Galaxy are reduced to 6 species from 60. That is so cool. That is so, so cool. Let me go back up to the fossil Galaxy, because, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's amazing how speciosus is, and, like, you know, just to whittle that down. That's so cool. So, so cool. Let's keep going in terms of, I think it's still talking about methods in the body of the paper, but like some of these charts are pretty amazing. So, oh wow, I have no idea what this means. Huh? Da, da, da. Don't know. I think we should probably keep going because I'm not exactly sure what this is talking about. Represent 5 environmental variables. These little symbols represent environmental variables. Okay, so continental fragmentation is the globe. Oceanic productivity is this map. Temperature, sea level. Oh, no, sorry. Oh, yeah, no. Sea level and then biological reef volume. Let's keep... Oh, yeah. Okay. So I guess this is saying that there's a correlation between temperature and then the reef abundance with speciation and extinction. So the rise of certain carcharodontiform species and then the fall of certain species. I don't know. Let's keep going because I just want to make this. I just want to make sure this is. I just want a nice summary of what this is all about. But still talking about how difficult the study is. More so about models. That's a lot of stuff. I just want to get to a nice summary. Okay. Okay, although the role of temperature on extinction is less appreciated at the macroevolutionary scale, we find that the long-term global cooling led to lower extinction in carcharodontiforms towards the present. Interestingly, this is the opposite pattern with the sister order, the lambdaforms, for which global climate cooling was shown to have favored extinction. Yeah, okay, awesome. Because I mentioned earlier, lambdaforms did decrease. So, warm periods led to high speciation and extinction rates amongst carcharodontiform species, which can partially explain the high turnover in the Jurassic Cretaceous interval, estimated with this analysis. We further show that the expansion of biological reefs correlates with both lower speciation and extinction rates, suggesting the role of museum of diversity, low extinction, but not of a cradle diversity, high speciation. Our results further refine knowledge of the drivers of carcharodontiforms diversification, which was hypothesized to be linked with reefs, in particular for Carcharodontidae with higher speciation and multiple independent colonizations of reef systems since the late Cretaceous. That's actually really cool because that reminds me of the sicklefin lemon shark. We were talking about how, and the blacktip reef shark, both of them, we were talking about how they go to different coral reefs, like for breeding and for trying to enrich their genetic diversity. It's interesting, like how carcharodontids and reefs, like their relationship with each other in terms of like how they like they really relied on reefs through time. Okay. Alright, kind of want a conclusion, because this is a lot of... Oh, here we go. Because it's a lot of material. And I don't want to spend all the time in the world on this, but because it's a lot of material. But, let's see. Oh, here we go. Apristurus are known from the Oligocene Chandler Bridge Formation, and it has been argued they represent a distinct species, although this is not widely accepted. That's really cool. How old? Oh, sorry, you said Oligocene, so that's actually really cool because it's right before the Miocene speciation. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you, Howard. That's awesome. Let's see. So taking the carchariniform sharks as a model group, we estimated times of speciation and extinction from fossil occurrences analyzed through process blah blah blah, which were complemented by times of speciation. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, the meat and potatoes of this is that reef expansion and temperature change are what likely contributed to the carchariniforms diversifying when they did. I think as far as like most of the study, this was really talking about how you can do such a study and the kind of modeling that they did. But as far as like the results and like the graphs that we're able to see, this was really cool. This was honestly an extremely cool study, and I love studies like this that talk about shark evolution, and especially shark phylogeny, where you can see just the taxonomy and the relationships through time. So this was really cool. Let's do a quick search for our Deepwater Catshark, because I think it's mentioned once. So like it's not even our species. So so even though it didn't really, it had it as one of many sharks in the that really beautiful phylogenetic tree, this was still an awesome study to see, and I really liked diving into it. So awesome. So glad we took a look at that. Shout out again. I highly recommend this if anyone's really into shark evolution and shark science. Like this one is an awesome study. So this is in Scientific Reports. Combining paleontological and neontological data shows a delayed diversification burst of carchariniform sharks, likely mediated by environmental change. This is super cool. It's publicly available. I highly recommend reading it if you're really into shark evolution. That was a lot of fun, actually. It was a really cool one. So, since we're getting close to 10:30, and we're going to keep going, but any thoughts on which shark we should be doing for Shark Week? So this is going to be the contest winner stream, and then also the actual Shark Week stream. So this will be the stream. July 24th is going to be the stream where we'll do it's going to be the Shark Week stream. It's our first Shark Week stream for this series and for this channel. So I don't know if we'll do. I'm curious what shark we'll do, and we'll definitely do the contest. And I'm gonna maybe try to put something together for Shark Week, just a nice little homage, because like, as controversial as Shark Week is, it does get people talking about sharks, and there's some positives of it. So. But let me know if you have suggestions for the Shark Week shark that we'll do. I'm actually kind of curious about this. I'm just clicking on it for fun. And it's not going to be anything. Will change. Ooh, fishes of the North Atlantic Ridge. That would be kind of cool. Can I read this? No? Yes? No. Okay. Let's see. Cool. I'd actually really love to. I'm trying to find like a deep water guide, like a checklist, but with actually literally this. Okay, okay, this works. Yeah, this works. Sorry, I was trying to find something like this. So here we go. Commented checklist of marine fishes from the Galicia Bank Seamount, northwestern Spain. So Rafael Banon, Juan Carlos Arente, Cristina Rodriguez Cabello, Carmen Gloria Pinheiro, Antonio Ponzon, and Alberto Serrano. So here you go. Let's check this out because this is going to be really cool, just with deep water creature pictures. So, commented checklist containing 139 species of marine fishes recorded at the Galician Bank Seamount is presented. The list is based on 9 prospecting and research surveys carried out from 1980 to 2011 with different fishing gear. I think this is going to have actually a lot more than sharks, so this will be really cool. Okay, yeah, let's check this out. Let's check out some deepwater sharks. So our shark is in here. This is northwestern Spain, and this is really deep. So this is Twilight Zone and Midnight Zone. So 800 meters, 900, 1,000 meters. This is going to be very, very cool. Okay, so let's dive in. So we've got Oxynotus paradoxus. So this is a cousin of, we covered an Oxynotus the other, a couple streams ago. So, whale shark. Whale shark. Yes, we could totally do whale shark. Sorry, just saw that comment. That's perfect. Let's do whale shark. Oh my gosh, that's actually a perfect Shark Week pick. So fantastic, fantastic pick. So we will do whale shark for Shark Week 2023 and for our Shark Week contest. So, but deepwater sharks, we got Oxynotus paradoxus. Does he have the sailfin rough shark? So this is not the same one that we did a couple streams ago, because we did the angular rough shark, but this is a cousin of it. So really, really cool species. Galeus marinus, this is a different kind of cat shark. The mouse cat shark. That's kind of interesting. It looks, when you compare it to the deepwater cat shark, the eyes are a lot bigger. It actually looks kind of more robust in general. Like the fins are a bit bigger as well. Pretty interesting. They have a note on Apristurus profundorum, so which they're naming the arrowhead dogfish, which is kind of annoying. But deepwater shark found in the continental slopes, reported in western North Atlantic, Mid-Atlantic ridge. Record extends northward. The known distribution of the species northeast Atlantic. Yeah, there's really not a lot of information on this shark, so. For future shark scientists, Apristurus profundorum is a good species to study because there's really not a lot going on as far as like data for it. Let's check out some other deepwater critters because we don't really get to see a lot of other kinds. Rogella bigelowi, the Bigelow's ray, which I don't think I've ever heard of this one. So pretty wild. It kind of reminds me of a clear nose skate, just like that. You could tell like that area near the rostrum is pretty thin. So clear nose skates look really similar. So, Halosauropus macrocur, the abyssal halosaur. That sounds awesome. There's an extremely creepy fish called Basozetus, and I'm kind of curious if that's going to be in here. Basozetus used to freak me out. Like that thing is the creepiest thing I've ever seen, actually. So I'm going to keep an eye out for that. Conger. This is weird. What is this? Nesaramphus anglophianus? The duckbill oceanic eel. I have never heard of that. Duckbill. Oh wow! So I think that's his head, and that's his pectoral fins, and then the rest. That is so strange. Never heard of this. Wow. Oh, look at this. The pelican eel. That's so cool. I'm sure you guys have known. I'm sure you guys have known. Oh, sorry, Roy. I just saw your comment. What in the world is that? So Basozetus is a creepy. It is very elongate, and I think it's a kind of lizard fish. Actually, I think it's a deep water lizard fish, but it is really long. Has bulging eyes. It has like thousands of needle, maybe not thousands, but hundreds of needle sharp teeth. Creepy fish. Like just, and if you have like a bunch of them, because I used to work with like a bunch of them, like we're like not work with them, but just like move them in different, like we used to move different specimens in different like coffins or different like fisheries, like in a fisheries collection, like at VIMS, we used to just move specimens around. To make room for like other specimens, and Basozetus was a species that, or a genus that I got to see more than my fair share of. It always creeped me out. A bucket of Basozetus is not fun to see. They're very creepy. Oh gosh, they're so creepy. So yeah, it'll be interesting if this comes up at some point, but. Pelican eels are super cool. I think there's some really good footage on a nature documentary of one actually eating a fish in action. So, in fact, I wonder if we can get a clip of that pelican eel. This is what I was thinking of. Yeah. None ad. Oh, also, oh shoot, I should subscribe to this. If you guys ever want to like just take a dive in the deep ocean, this channel EV Nautilus is amazing. Like, if you ever want to like just like have this on in the background or just like spend some time. Like, this channel is perfect. I think they actually do some pretty long streams. And it's beautiful footage, and they see a lot of really cool things, and it's very relaxing to have on in the background. And this is really cool. This has these two little green dots. These are ways to identify length. So the two little green dots are set at, I don't know if that's set at like a meter apart. And there's the pelican eel right there. But it's a way to identify how long a animal is. So I don't know if pelican eel are the same thing, or if it's definitely part of the same family. They're doing the same thing. Where these are eels and things in its jaws that can capture prey much larger than themselves. So it's a really cool to see. That's actually really wild to see that in the watercolor, and I think they'll change the camera. Oh my gosh. Can you see really tiny eyes right at the front of the head? There we go, it's gonna zoom in. It's kind of a riot, actually. But yeah, there's two eyes and then just this enormous mouth. It's a pretty wild deep water fish. And I think, if I remember correctly in this clip, it's going to open its mouth at some point. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm not even sure what it's doing. Like, yikes! I don't even know how it can do that. So I guess we were seeing its like contracted view, and then like this is wild. It's a wild animal. Oh, there we go. See, yeah, now it's opening its mouth. Isn't that nuts? Isn't that insane? Now it's in this compact view. So yeah, that is a gulper eel slash pelican eel. So yeah, I'm sure there's. It looks like there's more clips on YouTube, but that is a thing that exists in this world. So uh, gulper eels and white viperfish are wild. Yes, like they're pretty nuts. Oh, deep sea footage of whale fall. Yeah, like is this Blue Planet or is this different? Like, because Blue Planet has some awesome whale fall footage. Um, Also, what happened to the Abzul music? I want to keep going. I do want to see the rest of that study, and then we'll. Sorry, yeah, and then we'll wrap it up for the night because I do want to see more deep sea oddities, just because we don't get a lot of chances to see. Oh my gosh, what is this? Uh, Bathylagus uriops, the goiter black smelt. Ugh, that's freaky. Bulging eyes, and that's wild. You know. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh, this is a hatchet fish. This is sterno. I guess they'll have it somewhere. Sternopteryx diaphana. What a strange animal. Tiny jaws, enormous eyes. Literally, I mean, literally looks like a hatchet. Very strange animal. Oh man, deep sea life is something else. Oh hey, what is this? Constellation fish. A constellation fish. I'm not sure what this is. Very cool. Oh, here we go. What is this? Phostomias. Is this a kind of viperfish or a dragon? A loose jaw. This is a loose jaw. That is extremely creepy. That is. Oh my gosh, it's such a strange fish. I love how like glossy jet black this is. Like what a wild animal. So cool. Yeah. I'm loving that even though we don't really have a lot on the Deepwater Catshark, we're still taking a dive into the deep. And I appreciate like that we're doing this. So the ribbon barracuda. I wonder. Nope. It's Parallepidae. I have no idea what that is actually. It does kind of. I mean, I like the fact that it's called a barracuda because it kind of does look like a barracuda or a senet, just like the thin body and the big eyes. So. No. Oh shoot. Sorry. Sorry, this is it. I got that wrong. It's not Basazetus. It's Bathosaurus. I forgot about that. So, Roy, this is the fish I was talking about that gave me nightmares. This one. This is it. Bathosaurus ferox, deep sea lizardfish. I literally jumped. Oh my gosh. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen this thing and how often it freaked me out. Gosh, this freaky fish. Creepy fish. Just huge jaws, like just. Dude, I've handled many of these, and it's just like creepy fish. I like I literally jumped cuz guys, I can smell this fish. Like that's how often I've had to interact with it. It's just like, it's so creepy. It's so creepy. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh yeah, lizardfish. Yes, this is the infamous. I don't know where I got Bazizus from. It's Bathosaurus. It sounds similar enough, but let's move on. Yeah, this one. This is Nemesis. This is the weirdest, creepiest, scariest. One of the weirdest, creepiest, scariest fish I've ever had the time of my life meeting. So very, very creepy fish. That was a fun blast from the past right there. Literally blasted me out of my chair. So, short fin Neoscopelid. Never heard of this one actually. It's cool seeing its reddish color, because red is a color that blends in very well with the darkness, because red light does not go very far into the ocean. So, ooh, this is... What is this guy? Electrona... Ursoni? What is that? Lanternfish? Electric lanternfish. Okay, this is an electric lanternfish. Wildly enormous eyes, proportion for the body. That's pretty... It's kind of adorable and creepy at the same time. Oh. I really enjoy... Ooh. A grenader? Is this a grenader? Guttigadus latifrons. There's no common name for this. Guttigadus. Gaddis sounds like a cod, I think. Weird. This is a strange, creepy fish. But anyway, it's fun doing this because it's like I'm pretty good with shallow water Atlantic fish, but like deep water Atlantic fish is like it literally is a whole other world. These are really, really strange oddities that are pretty wild to watch or see. No common name for this one either. Lepidioon guntheri. Very odd looking dude. No common name for this. Catitix eleni. Wow. Squat, deep sea, creepy fish. The pudgy cuskeel. This is the pudgy cuskeel. Interesting. I think, if I remember correctly, I think actually cuskeels are related distantly to cods, but pretty interesting. So, oh my gosh, what other surprises are in here? The Perrin spiny fin, don't know what that is. It kind of looks like a cross between a lanternfish and a hatchetfish. Giant eyes. Freaky guy. Whoa, what is this? The false boarfish. Wow. Yeah, strongly associated with habitats of high currents, ripple marks, sloughs, reefs, and gorgonians. So this is, wow, this is a fish that likes structure, but it's yeah, it's a wild design, like just like that humpback right there. Pretty cool. Right. I think we're almost done with this. This is pretty cool to see. A blenny, a butterfly blenny. So that's probably the most normal thing we've seen so far in this deep sea tour. And that's it. So sorry, yeah, thank you for indulging me in that, because like that's Deepwater habitat is really cool, and yeah, that's just a lot of creeps in the deep, but they look like something out of a Monty Python sketch. Yeah. Oh my gosh, true words have never been spoken about. Yeah. Creepy fish. I love deep sea animals, and I'm also like kind of freaked out by them. I mean, understandably, they're creepy, but it's also really cool because their creepiness is like it's reflective of how different their world is, and their adaptations are so different from our adaptations. Like the enormous pressure, that's what it does. The pressure and the darkness creates this kind of life. So really, really cool to think about. But anyway, I think since we're close to 11 o'clock, we'll probably wrap it up for tonight. So but thank you guys so much for joining, and this will be the last stream before Shark Week. So again, I will be gone next week, just visiting family in the Pacific Northwest, and I will be coming back July 24th for the whale shark and for our contest. So again, the challenge is to make a banner for the Dr. Jaws channel. Grand prize is a partial megalodon tooth, a full anguistidens tooth, a signed copy of the Bull Shark Compendium, and a permanent spot on the channel. The banner will be our banner for the year. And the hint exclusively for the stream, because I'll put rules for the contest on the Facebook page as well. But just for this stream, the hint is if there's a way to incorporate Howard, Anya, Roy, and Beth, or Harb, or Harbs in the design, that would be a cool bonus thing. But the bigger thing and the most important thing is shark biodiversity for the design for the banner. So the ratio is 16:9. I wish everybody luck, and I'm excited to see different designs in terms of just like, Shark Week and celebrating Shark Week. So, but please send everything to, I would recommend the Dr. Jaws Facebook page, probably be better, but also the Dr. Jaws website is available as well. And then runners-up will get a Carcophiles anguistidens tooth and a signed copy of one of the smaller books as well. So, but I hope you guys have a really great time in the next 2 weeks, and I'll include a link to the EV Nautilus in the chat, just so that you guys can check that out. But I hope you can take care and have a really good good summer days. I don't know how to phrase it. It's Monday, but like, I hope the next couple of days and next couple of weeks are going to be awesome, and just good luck, and take care, and hope you guys have a really great rest of your week, and I will see you for Shark Week 2023 with the whale shark. So, but cheers guys, see you soon. Bye.